Okay, so this is hardware, well, homework 1, Introduction to Ruby. I'm Nicholas and Ankit. We're going to do the pair programming session for the EDX course. So first off, Ankit is going to start driving, and then we're going to switch back and forth as we get along through the homework. So yeah.
Hey everyone, whoever is reviewing, we've spent a lot of time, and so here we are. Okay, so the first part is sum of an array. So for this function, this will take one array of integers, and then it will return the sum. And for if the array is empty, then it should return 0. So going through this the Ruby array documentation, I came across this function called inject. So typing some code now. Inject takes a default argument for an empty array, which is 0 in our case. And then it takes a symbol of what we want to do with the array. So we want to add. So we want to add the elements of the array, and if it's an empty array, then it will return 0. So let's test it with rspec and see if it works. The command is rspec spec part1 underscore spec dot rb5. Cool. So this is part1, and it seems that it passed all the rspec tests. Now handing over to Nicholas for max2 summary.
Yes. So for max2 summary, we can so since we have to get the elements, let's see, we have to get the highest elements of the array. So what I did was, so we can do is to get the highest elements, we can sort the array, and we can set the sorting parameters in a block here so that it will sort. So basically we're gonna redefine the spaceship operator. Yes. Item 2, so that it will sort from max to min instead of the default sorting. And then we'll take, I guess, the first 2 elements of the array. So that way, and then we can just sum them up. Let's see here. Item 2. Yes, I think it's this one. So we redefine the item 1 and 2 as spaceship operator. So when this array gets sorted, it will sort by the maximum 2 elements will be the first 2 elements of the array, and then we just have to sum them up. So in order to sum them up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use let me think. Yes, sum them up. So the value should be R0 plus R1. But then if the array is empty or has 1 element, it should return another 1. So what I'm going to do, like if the array is empty, or if the array is only has 1 element, it should return that 1 element. So this some value here will die if I don't do like a conditional here. So what I'm going to do is call a ternary. Yes. So value is going to be equals uh, array dot length. By setting the length in the sum, let's see. Yes. If that is true, it will do this. If that is false, it will just do sum of r. I think that should do it. And then just return value. This is the warning. I don't like warnings. So I'm just going to put that there. RSpec part 2, I believe. Let's see if that worked. Yes, no. Hello should be defined.
It's part 1 and 23 instead of 5.
Part 1, 23.
Yeah.
Uh, 5 examples, 2 failures. Expect the 3. Huh. So if I got 3, oh, I redefined the spaceship operator wrong. There you go.
Awesome.
So I'll leave Ankit to drive now, and we can keep going on the exercise.
Cool. So for part 1, third, part 1.3, we have to define a method for sum to n. So what we're doing is we have an array of ints, and we have to, and n is like some argument which will find those number of elements which combine to n. So like we have to return two elements which sum to n, and if there are like no elements, then we should return false. So I was going over the enumerable array documentation, and then I came across this uh, function called combination, which like returns a combination of some argument which we give. So suppose if I give like so 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 like suppose if I have to find a combination of two elements from some array, then what I do is I define a variable called array sum, and then the argument to our function is array arr, and the function, the combination function takes an argument of 2, since we have to find two elements from this array with sum to n, and then we have the find function to find those two elements. So this array dot combination will give all combinations of two numbers in array, like all possible combinations, and from all those, since Ruby can take some value and then just call some other method on those values, so we will just use the find function, the find method, and then we'll see if like which will take two arguments, x and y. I'm just naming them x and y, which are the two numbers which you have to look for. And then the condition they'll test is if x plus y equals n, and if there are no elements, then this will be nil. So return. So in that case, we have to return false. This will return false if array sum is nil, and if it's not nil, then we have to return true. And since Ruby just like returns the last calculated value, so I just wrote true instead of return true. Uh,
You could in that .nil you could have used in that equals nil you could have used the .nil to save some typing.
oh, right, right,
So,
right.
but it's 2 characters. But just in future, like I sometimes prefer to use that. So
Yeah, yeah. Let's test this through our spec. So 42. Okay. Okay, it okay. I guess
that's good.
it passed all 4 examples. So now Nicholas will take part two, first part.
All right, part 2 is well, it's kind of unfair the first one, but so I have to define a method that takes a string representation of a name and returns the string hello plus name or concatenated name. So we'll use we'll just use Ruby's built-in concatenation, I guess. Uh, in the string, I don't remember how it's called. Do you remember, Ankit?
Uh, just the argument, yeah, just like this.
Yeah. So we'll use this properties of this property of Ruby to just do a one-line code, and that's it. This time it is part 2. Yeah. Let's test it out with our spec E. Hello, part 2. There you go. Let's see if that works. It should work. Yep. So a pretty simple code for this one. Let's see. Let's pass on to Ankit as driver for starts with consonant.
Okay. So for this part, we have to define a method called starts with consonant, which takes a string and it will return true if it starts with a consonant and false if it doesn't start with a consonant. We all know consonants are A, E, I, O, U, and out of the 26 alphabets, the rest 21 are, oh, sorry, consonants are all the letters apart from A, E, I, O, U.
I wanted to see if you found out.
Okay, so for this part, we can use regular expressions. So since we just have to match the start of a string with all the letters except A, E, I, O, A, E, I, O, U.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. You cut out there for a little bit, so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we can use regx for this part. And what I am thinking is like we can define a regular expression which
I'm not hearing you too good, Ankit.
can you hear me?
You can keep coding.
Oh, okay. So we can define a regular expression, and then I just gave it all the alphabet which are consonants. Maybe this is a long way, but
Oh, you know, you can use there's a regex expression for. So instead of using all the consonant, what you
yeah,
can do in a regex is to reject all the vowels.
like not something like this. If
Is going to be something like this, uh, and then it will reject everything that's not in the group. So A, E, So it will reject if you reject all the vowels. Oh, and it starts with, so you're right. So this I don't know, hat. I don't know how it's called.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So this means it starts with not this group.
Okay.
So for now, it won't start with AE. So that will save you a lot of typing. And remember to put the little dwindly thing for, I don't remember how it's called, for regex.
Okay. Yeah, for the S, so yeah, that I defined like that. I was thinking of like defining like this. Like this will be the regular expression. So like comparing against the string will be something like
Yes,
this.
exactly. Yes. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I messed it up before. So
No, no,
yeah,
it's
keep driving.
so if this will reject all the letters except A, and oh yeah, and we also have to take care of the lowercase. So this I will take care of the case. I stand for ignore case. So and then if this is nil, then this will return false or return true.
Remember that in regex,
Yeah.
in regex in Ruby, if you do this expression,
Right.
so wait,
Like
let's do this S here.
okay.
So if it doesn't find anything,
Mm-hmm.
the expression is false by default. And
Oh,
if it finds
okay.
something, by default it
Then it's
returns
true.
true. So all
So we
you
don't
don't
need
need
like
this. No, you don't need that in Ruby, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
It can save you a lot of code, I guess,
yeah,
and
yeah,
more compact.
yeah, for sure. Let's check it out. Rspec dash e mm,
Why is there an error here though? Oh no, I see.
starts with what?
No, never mind.
Starts with consonant. Okay, and then spec part two. Got Harvey.
Oh, yes, we have to uh, take away the decimals and non-worded letters. So if you
Oh,
look at, I'll show you a nice page I use, just so that
okay,
if you're not used to regular expressions, I found this one rubular.
okay,
So right now, like if you look here, W is any worded character, capital W is any non-word character, and
okay,
D is any digit.
okay.
So basically, and you can test your regular expression here. Like let's say we put here like a W, and you put here like hello, no match, so it's false. But if you put like an at,
Ah,
it's pretty
okay,
instantaneous. So if you need help with regex, I found this one, which is pretty
okay,
cool.
okay.
So no digit means slash D, and non works on non-letters. So this one. I think if you try that one,
Uh,
it should work.
okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you
Great.
go.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, this is like really short. What I did was the long way. So
Yeah, in Ruby, it's pretty cool, but there's a lot of the stuff that returns values by default. So you can just, and since it returns the last value of the function, it can
yeah,
just return the value
yeah,
of the regex it finds. So
right.
that's what I found pretty neat. Uh, so I guess I'm driving now.
Yeah.
Oh, binary multiple of fours. This one I found quite interesting. So define a method that takes a string and returns true if the string represents a binary number that is a multiple of 4. Note, be sure it returns false if the string is not a valid binary number. run associated tests. So a binary number is a string that is composed by ones and zeros. So it should be like, let's start off with something like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? That should return true if it's binary, false if it's not. And if it's divisible by zero, well, if it's a multiple of zero in binary, that means that the last two digits are zeros. Yes. So, uh, so a binary number is a number that it starts with 1 and 0 and just keeps going. So star, it just, I mean, 0 more characters. Finishes with 0. And what is the other part that we have to do? If it finishes on 2 zeros, it means it's divisible by 4. And there's one edge case here, though, I think. Let's try that out, see what happens. Let me do some research here a little bit. Yes, so we have to define that these 2 zeros at the end of the line. This one should work. So regex of 0 and 1s means that it's binary. This is a 1 or more. Well, yeah, 0 or more, 0 and 1s. And then double zeros means that it's a multiple of 4. And the $sign is that it's the last numbers. So let's try that out. RSpec. So if we run RSpec here, let's see if that passes this test. Classifies valid binary numbers. Where did it fail?
I think we have to return 0, like return true if the string is, if like s is 0. So like
Oh,
just need one
yes.
line like return true if s equals something like this.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. That one edge case.
Let's try and see if it.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Okay. So I guess now I'll start with part 3. So we have to make a class called book in stock, which has a ISBN and a price. And first part is the constructor. So you should accept the ISBN number and the price, and should raise an argument error if the ISBN number is empty or if price is less than or equal to 0. And we have to include the getters and setters for these attributes. This is straightforward, I think. So the constructor in Ruby is called initialize, uh, and this takes two arguments called ISBN and price. So if ISBN is empty or the price is less than or equals to 0, then we have to raise an argument error, which says incorrect argument, and we have to set the initialize where the variables, uh, think this should be the constructor, and the getters and setters are the attribute accessors. Also, at ATTR accessor acts as both getters and setter. So we can do this, and then we can do this for price. Think I think this should be fine. This are the
Yeah, I don't see any issues as well, so I think that should be fine.
let's check our spec dash e instructor spec part 3 spec.rb. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay.
Just for another thing here,
Yeah.
you can do you can put the end of, like, if it's just an if, you can put
Yeah.
this at the end of the code.
Yeah. Like if this, but then the line
There you
have
go.
been very long. Yeah. That's the reason I put.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
I mean.
goes, like, I think it's depending on your style, but
Yeah.
personally I prefer to watch like 3 lines instead of what line. I prefer the one line,
Yeah.
unless the
Yeah.
line gets to like 100 characters. So
Yeah. 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 This is less than 80, so it's fine.
yeah. So, but it's up. I mean, it's up to everyone, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
I just wanted to point it out
Right.
since I'm the navigator.
Yeah.
So, so I guess
Okay.
we're done with homework 1, or is there something else?
Method
Let me
for
see.
price as string.
Oh, method. So that's I'll drive for this one, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Yeah.
So include a method price a string that returns this price of the book formatted with a leading $sign and 2 decimal places, that is price. All right. So let's first define the method here. Let's see. Price as string. Is that the right name of this price as string? Yes. It returns the price of the book with leading $sign and 2 decimal places. So no arguments. Yes, no arguments. And then we just have to format it. So string has a format method. So you can pretty much format things however you want. So what I'm going to do is write one line of code to format price. And this has to be the result of the operation. So format, if you look up the documentation of format, it takes quite a few arguments. The first argument is how you want to format it. So in our case, we want, I think it's 2 values after the decimal. So I'll format, and if you look at the documentation, it's 2F, if I believe. Let me look that up again. Yes, dot 2F. Dot 2F. And the second argument of format is what you want to format. In this case is our value price. Since price, since the setter of the head, since the getter setter of the price is not too complicated, I'm just going to put it right there. If it was like a complicated operation, I would put self.price. And I think that should work. Let's check the RSpec. So RSpec price as string. Let's try that out.
Oh, I think it's over the $sign.
Yes. The simple things in life. you're right. The dollar sign's not there. Dollar sign before all the format. So, and in the string, like this. All right.
So I think that's homework 1.
That should do it.
Okay, great.
I think that's all of it. Is that all the homework 1?
Yeah, I think we can run like a
More challenges. Test card.
that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, I think
Hello?
yeah. So you're done with homework 1.
All right, so I'm going to stop the broadcasting, and yes, thank you very much, Ankit, for this programming session, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.